Hi, welcome to I Love the Library. I'm Mary Haney, Director of the Detroit Lakes Public Library, and I'm so glad you've decided to join me today because I'm going to talk about employment resources that we have here at the library. Every day that we're open, we have people who come into the library to use the public computers to prepare their resumes, to look for jobs, to apply for jobs, and do other things that will help them gain employment. And in our current economic situation where unemployment is high and jobs are at risk, I want you to know that we have a lot of resources here for you at the library aside from the computers. We also have a lot of books that can help you in your search for employment. And the first one I want to tell you about today is Back on the Career Track. This is subtitled A Guide for Stay-at-Home Moms Who Want to Return to Work. This has got a lot of good tips in it, not just for people who've stayed at home to be moms, but for other people who may be out of work for a while for various reasons. One of the best tips I thought I saw in this book was one to volunteer in the area of your choice. If you're looking for work in a certain area, go ahead and volunteer. It does use examples of women, some of them very famous, who were out of the workforce for a while and who came back into it. One of them that they use as an example is Sandra Day O'Connor, a former Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. She stayed home for a few years to raise her boys, and before she went back to work, she started volunteering in the legal field so that she would build connections. I thought this was a great tip. She got some experience, she got something to put on her resume, and she networked very effectively before she went back to work. I think that's a great tip for anyone looking for a job. And it's got a wonderful quote in it, too, about motherhood. It says, "Motherhood is one of the best preparations for project management." I'll bet you didn't know that. You need skills in communication, organization, time management, and managing different personalities. 10 years at home gave me the project management skills I needed to take the lead on a project. Now, I hadn't thought of motherhood in quite that way, but I suppose when you look at it in that light, motherhood is one giant project management. So that's Back on the Career Track. The next one that I found, and we have lots and lots of these in the library, I just brought a very small selection with me today, is VGM's Guide to Temporary Employment. This is for those people who may be looking at working for a temporary agency to fill in the gaps in their employment. There are a lot of good tips on what to do, what to look for, and how to manage temporary employment. The next one is for people, next two are for people who maybe haven't had jobs before. Maybe you're just getting out of college or high school and you're looking for your first job. This one is Your First Interview for students and anyone preparing to enter today's tough job market. This has got some of those all-time great interview questions, such as, tell me a little about yourself, and how to answer that, and how to structure your answers to all those tough questions. So this is excellent for anyone preparing for a job interview. And this one is First Job Survival Guide, How to Thrive and Advance in Your New Career. A lot of good tips in this one, too. So don't forget that. And, of course, we have Resumes in Cyberspace, Cyberspace Job Search Kit. We have a lot of resume books, by the way, so you can find tips on how to prepare a resume for almost any field that you're looking for a job in. The next one I want to show you is by a local author, Maureen Anderson. It's The Career Clinic, 8 Simple Rules for Finding Work You Love. This is a wonderful book to give you inspiration, especially if you're looking to change courses. You want to change to a different field entirely, find a job that you haven't thought about, or maybe even start your own business. This is a very inspirational book, lots of fun. The next one is the Complete Office Handbook. This is a great book if you want some information. Let's say you're a manager, you want to keep your job, make sure you're the best at it, or you're preparing for a new job in an office. This has got lots of information on it, even in how to select chairs for your staff. Now, where was this book when I needed it a couple of years ago? Well, I'll tell you where it was. It was sitting on the shelf in the Detroit Lakes Public Library. Another book, not necessarily employment, $1 Trillion Moms, if you want to market to moms. And then there are a couple of books I selected. This one, 101 Ways to Make Meetings Active. You may have a job, you may be working on how to facilitate meetings. This is a wonderful book with lots of tips on how to keep people awake and active and involved in your meeting. And the last one is 6-Week Startup, Starting Up a Business. We also have lots of information on how to start a business if you're not looking for a job but want to make your own business instead. So thanks for joining me. We'll see you at the library.